Booster Course Wave 5 for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is here, and we're checking out all changes and differences made for the returning courses. The final race of the Feather Cup is Squeaky Clean Sprint. It's a multi-path journey through an oversized bathroom with numerous Mario-themed cleaning supplies, complete with a full sink, a toy-filled bathtub leaning down the drain, a tiled floor with spilled soap, and a flight over a water-spraying toilet. So how do the Tour and Switch versions differ from each other? Let's find out. Squeaky Clean Sprint is the third Tour-related course that initially launched as part of the Booster Course Pass after Sky High Sundae and Yoshi's Island. Featuring in the Vacation Tour less than a month after its Switch debut, the track likely was designed for Mario Kart Tour originally. Given the door style, this setting may be a companion to the bedroom of GBA Ribbon Road. Furthermore, the Type B outlet suggests inspiration from North American homes, but the presence of a washing machine implies German design. Despite the near-identical model, not including the variants, a surprising number of differences exist between the two versions. Kicking off the gameplay changes, the entire course is of a slightly larger scale for Switch compared to Tour. A comb and nail polish bottle by the Yoshi Egg soap dispenser near the start are in the mobile version, but in 8 Deluxe, toothbrushes seal off the area instead. On the opposite side, a different nail polish bottle and another comb prevent racers from falling off in Tour. Alternate paths near the sink can be taken from the countertop or the sky in the Switch version, but chrome around the wash basin in Tour blocks off the back and requires drivers to take an aerial approach. A contact lens case and a small container are directly under the ramp by the sink in the booster course, taking up less space than Tour's toothpaste tube. For the route hugging the wall, a dash panel exists on the ramp only in 8 Deluxe. Here, a compositional book and a box of bandages are positioned differently and don't extend as far as the memo pads found in the Tour version. Above, a toothbrush guards the receipt ramp for Switch, while it's a cosmetic canister in Tour instead. Further ahead, after all paths merge again, pencils are present where a stack of books start, rather than just the middle book used in the track's counterpart. Their edges are trickable. Submerged in the tub, the left bath bomb is in a slightly different spot. The Mega Cheap here swims a bit deeper in Tour, and may be susceptible to being hit. Two more toothbrushes guide racers towards the drain, with the others switching positions. Items and coins flow down here exclusively in 8 Deluxe from a literal coin and item shower above. After emerging from the drain, we see two sets of clothespins serving as ramps on the soapy floor, only in the mobile version. The glide ramp just beyond sends drivers over the toilet, which produces a water geyser at about 59 seconds for Switch, staying that way indefinitely. In Tour, it remains active, but seems to fluctuate in height every few seconds. On the other side, a final set of clothespins is positioned for crossing the plaid fabric on the lower shelf. The medical thermometer on the shelf above aims in opposite directions, affecting the edge. Lastly, the Daisy hairdryer is turned on only for the Tour version. Well, blow me down. There's certainly more to check out with the aesthetic changes. The mini-map is simple in Tour, but it shows all accessible routes near the sink in 8 Deluxe, and headlights help see in the darker areas of the track. Along the wall, the diagonal green tiles are reversed between versions, and the mirrors reflect the environment differently. The shower curtain has a unique gradient and an extra row of stars at the bottom for Switch. Referencing blooper nannies from Super Mario Bros. 3, the blooper mobile gyrates solely in this version, having distinctly different star colors compared to Tour. At the starting line, the banner waves with a defined canvas texture in 8 Deluxe only. The starting line itself in Tour has opaque white, lavender, and lilac checks, with a deep lavender starting grid. For Switch, these have high translucency, with the starting grid matching clear checks with a teal tint. The sink faucet drips constantly in this version. Tour shows turquoise storage bins behind the sink, while 8 Deluxe displays them in pink. The towels inside are different too, and the cosmetic canisters above have black instead of white. Folded towels beyond the sink come in purple and blue in Tour, but they are yellow and white in the Switch version. After the slope, a brush leans against a bottle of fabric softener, with a bottle of Kamek's Magic Clean hiding behind it. In Tour, the brush lies flat, accompanied instead by a bottle of green cleaning fluid and a razor. The orientation of the straw in the glass of Princess Orange drink differs between the versions, and so do the tiles. Arrow's sticky notes point towards the book in 8 Deluxe, with the paper style of the ramp at the end being exclusive to Tour. The tennis balls to the left have unique arrangement, while the one to the right has a piece of candy propping up the middle book. The lowest book also elevates the final audio cassette. On the other side of the tub are orange and yellow soap bottles for the booster course, while only orange types are present for mobile. The inflatable inner tube Goomba and rubber duck are inside the hula hoop, with both spinning slowly for Switch. The ball remains outside, but it rotates like the others. Splashback happens from the more realistic shower water in this version too. And taking the plunge, we see that the optional sponge trail has woven texture here, but not in Tour. Down in the drain, 4 exclusive paper clips line the pipe in Tour. After the first bolt, stuck by the binding band, buried under the nearby items, and before the final bolt. The binding band has a diamond gem, matching its reference in Super Mario Odyssey more than 8 Deluxe's ruby gem. Back on the surface, bubbles rise from spilled soap on the bathroom floor for Switch. The suitcase in the background has striped straps, more striking than the basic blue straps on the closer suitcase in Tour. It's kind of like how the door handle is simple compared to the elegant design of that in the booster course, which is identical to that in GBA Ribbon Road. The half-pipe matches each game's universal style, but we're not sure if this is the reason that the glide ramp has 5 arrows in Tour and 6 arrows in 8 Deluxe. Seen during the flight over the toilet, a hanger dangles from a lower shelf for Tour, while the Switch version has it one level up, with an arrow-filled towel draped over it. Bath bombs on the shelves are all rainbow, but they're individually colored for mobile. The glide ramp at the upper level obscures the word receipt only on the console. Below, the comb-filled glass and a stack of contact lens cases are in flipped positions, just like the gauze roll colors immediately after. Tissues are more creased in Tour. A second aerial finish line banner hangs above, with balloons displaying root shields with Mario Kart Tour on them. These balloons have a cloud pattern instead for 8 Deluxe, and the banner sways softly from the circulating air. Speaking of which, this is the only version where the table fan and most water effects could be heard. Ah, the sounds of cleaning. But these have nothing on the music for Squeaky Clean Sprint. Its style resembles theme songs of 1950s sitcoms, presenting a cheerful and fast orchestral jazz swing full of sax, brass, strings, bells, and more. The Tour version starts with exclusive toms in the intro, with brass accenting the melody in the A section. More toms play in transitions, both into the C section and out of it. It gives a rough impression of the intended flavor, but the MIDI really holds back the composition from realizing its full potential. This is addressed with the Switch version. Aside from the overall enhancements, it features mute trumpet instead of brass in the A section. Crash cymbals substitute for the hi-hats in the transition to the B section, and the strings that follow slide more smoothly. Considerable drum rolls cue the C section, where more crash cymbals support the drum fills out of this section and into the bridge that loops back to the beginning. Here, delicate tremolo strings add a little magic to the piece in the final measures. What a fantastic performance! And that's about it for all changes we found in Squeaky Clean Sprint. The Tour version has cool clothespin ramps, but limits access to the alternate paths. Meanwhile, the Switch version has fewer jump boost thrills, but allows for route choices from the very start. But what do you think? Have you found any notable changes that we missed? Let us know in the comments below. And of course, stay tuned to GameXplain for more on Booster Course Wave 5 for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and other things Nintendo too. Thanks for watching! Until next time, ciao!